And then inspire others. How do they inspire other people? So it takes it much further than just the job. We want to go above and beyond. Our guiding values are really easy for us, for me to remember. The first one's respect. The second one's accountability. The third one is courage. The fourth one is honesty. The fifth one is integrity. And last but not least, service. The first letter of each of those words spell a word, and it's rachis. That's the Latin word for the backbone. Our guiding values are the backbone of our organization. But if you look up values, if you just do a simple Google search, you're going to come up with hundreds of values. Select the ones that mean the most to you. And carry that with you wherever you go. So with leadership, adversity, and the unknown, just remember, you have the skills to make it. Continue to educate yourself, continue to broaden your horizons, and I think everything will be all right, and everyone will continue to look at you like a leader. Like I said, it is an honor and a privilege for me to stand up here and say a few words and to be a part of your day. And thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you, Sheriff. Next up is our guest speaker. Kind of a big deal. David Lohr.
We have no idea. All right. We have no idea. It'd be hard to follow the sheriff there. Some of you know me, some of you don't. My name's David Lohr. I was, at one point, the Scoutmaster of Troop 354 when all of these boys, the candidates, were all in the troop. I was their Cub Master. All of these kids, I was their Cub Master, then their Scoutmaster. I left when Wyatt got his Eagle and became the Venture Crew leader, and I am currently now the Explorer Post Advisor of the newly formed Explorer Post 354 at the Clay County Sheriff's Office. So that's who I am. I do know all of these boys personally. I had them all as scouts. I just retired a little bit early out of scouting when Wyatt got his Eagle. But they called me out of retirement and asked if I would come speak. Those of you that know me know that I usually am unscripted. So I asked one of the Eagle parents, Mr. Hargrave, I said, do you want me scripted or unscripted? And he said, well, unscripted, of course. So you guys are going to be as surprised with what comes out of my mouth as I am. I have no idea what we're going to talk about here. Other than I am incredibly proud of these boys. I do actually have a little bit here. On the journey to Eagle Scout. The badge of the Eagle Scout is not the end of the trail. It is the beginning of a lifetime of leadership, character, and service. Author is unknown on that. On leadership, a scout is never taken by surprise. He knows exactly what to do when anything unexpected happens. And that was said by Sir Robert Baden-Powell, the founder of Boy Scouts of America. On character, what you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say. And credit to that is Ralph Waldo Emerson. On commitment, do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Again, Emerson. On service, service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. And that is Muhammad Ali. Today we recognize not just the achievements of some outstanding young men, but the values, perseverance, and leadership that brought them here. Becoming an Eagle Scout is not just about badges, it's about building a life of honor, service, and purpose. To the new Eagle Scouts, you've reached the summit, but this is just a base camp for the greater climb ahead. The world needs more men like you. capable, kind, and committed to something greater than themselves. To the audience, let us remember that the rank of Eagle is not a reward for past work, but a charge for future responsibility. It is a call to lead with courage and serve with humility and to live by the Scout oath and law every day. All right, enough for the serious stuff. Let's go to some off-the-cuff, straight-up Mr. Lore stuff. First off, you guys didn't give me the memo that I was supposed to grow my hair out and grow a mustache. Because that appears to be what it requires to be an Eagle Scout in Troop 354 for this Court of Honor at least. I needed a little bit more notice to get this caught up with you guys, so try harder next time. Ryan, I'm glad you're awake for this Court of Honor. I will say, I knew Ryan as a Cub Scout, and then his first camp out, and then every other camp out after, we would almost be loading up the trailers ready to go, and like, where's Ryan? Oh, he's asleep in his sleeping bag. I have never met an individual that can sleep as hard as you do. And you always look like a burrito in your sleeping bag, because it's like zipped up around your head. But that's all right. Thanks for waking up for your Court of Honor. It's the important one, right? Fred, that's what I call him, Fred. Sean Wilper here. Sean and Nico actually both, when they crossed over from the pack to the troop, they pretty much were like, "Hi, we're here. We're ready to be Eagle Scouts." Pretty much from day one. We really had to pump the brakes on them because they would have been Eagle Scout in about 3 days if it were up to them. Reese, I'm glad you're here. I don't know. Well, yeah, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're not wearing the blue shorts and the white T-shirt today. Glad you changed. Isaac, I don't have a ton of funny Isaac stories. Isaac was a cops kid like Wyatt, so kind of, I don't have as many funny stories about Isaac. He was always there when I needed something. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'll do it." I'm sure I've got some funny stories if I go in the Wayback Machine. So I recruited Isaac. He was actually not one of our Cub Scouts, right? I recruited Isaac at 4-H. We had a 4-H fall party at the farm, and we were doing hay rides and stuff, and I was like, "Hey, you should join Boy Scouts." And I got to talking to his dad, who I worked with, and I'm like, "Hey, Isaac should join Boy Scouts." And he's like, "Well, I was a Boy Scout, and I'm an Eagle Scout." I'm like, "Hey, you should join Boy Scouts and be a leader with us." Because it's 1 hour a week, right, Mr. Gates? Per scout. Yeah. Yeah, it's like 1 hour a week underwater. So, no, I am proud of you guys. I will say, in Troop 354, we've promoted a lot of Eagle Scouts since 354 has been around. Mr. Gates was my scoutmaster. His son, Mr. Gates, was a scout with me. He's not there, Cal. So what the sheriff was saying about this being a good resource and family to pull from in the future, look, I'm still in contact with people from when I was a scout, when I was your age, right? I totally forget where I was going with that. See, we're all going to be surprised, and it'll be good. Yeah, the Ratleys. Got them to join from 4-H. Got a scout and a scout leader, who then became our scout master. 354 Eagle Scouts. That's where I was going. Back on track now. So what I would say about Eagle Scouts and 354 is you guys 100% earned that rank. This troop does not give the Eagle Scout rank, right? Every single one of those merit badges, every single coup bead, every single coup on your tribal clause, you guys earned. And you earned it the hard way. And we let you fail too, right? But in 354, when we let you fail forward. We'll let you fail and fall right on your face. and then we'll get you up and we'll get you going the right direction, right? We don't do it for you. You guys have had some experiences along your scouting trail. You guys have learned how to shoot. You've learned how to ride horses. You got to see baby goats actively being born. You've been thrown out in the woods and told, we'll see you in the morning, have fun. And you had to survive through that. You've made a huge new extended family, and you have earned that rank. I 100% don't doubt that between the 5 of you and the 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 previously, since I've been in the troop with a son, that one of you guys, you're all going places, but one of you will end up being president or senator or congressman. You know, you're all going to end up doing great. You're all going to be, you know, business leaders or law enforcement leaders or military leaders. I know Reese is thinking military, Wyatt's thinking military, we've got several thinking business. You guys are all going to excel at what you do because of the leadership skills and the collaboration you've learned in your scouting career, right? But I can say without a doubt, I wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 of you end up doing something so great that you end up being pretty darn famous, right? I have no doubt in my mind because of the character you guys have shown and the amount of hard work and perseverance you have shown to get there. Even though we had to pump the brakes, so Sean and Nico took more than 3 days to earn their rank because they were driven. Yeah. I will not bore you guys too much more. I am proud of you. You guys go forth and do great things.